Motivate to communicate. 4.1.
Motivation is key to our every decision. It drives where and how we spend our time, with whom we engage, what we eat, watch, do, and buy. There are countless ways that our decisions are influenced by our motivators, both substantial and subtle. Motivation is often described as extrinsic or intrinsic. Extrinsic motivation is related to things outside of ourselves that drive us to make a decision. For example, even on days that you don't want to go to work, you are motivated to do so because you get a paycheck at the end of the week or month. We are motivated to hand over money, which we value, for things that we value more, such as concert tickets, new clothes, or even paying a phone bill. Prizes and fame are also examples of extrinsic motivators. Intrinsic motivators are those things that drive us from within. The satisfaction of completing a task, a sense of purpose when helping others, the peace that comes with bringing order to a space, the joy of being in nature, the fulfillment of being around those whom you care about, and the dignity of making decisions for oneself. Sometimes the source of the motivation depends on the person or the context, which can add a layer of complexity to understanding motivational factors. For instance, someone who plays a sport for the joy of the game may be intrinsically motivated to play, whereas someone who is in it to win it is driven by extrinsic motivation. And both types of motivation can occur at the same time. Extrinsic motivators can be a foot in the door, a quick win, an opportunity to gain attention and interest. It guides us to build communication opportunities around items and activities our learners enjoy. We have to be thoughtful about how we use them. Too often, favorite snacks or toys are used in repetitive compliance-based interactions. But requesting and receiving, even favorites, usually has a saturation point. Over time, once favorites are no longer wanted. But we can shape intrinsically motivating interactions when we spend time doing what they enjoy and talking about it.
You can see Tata, you can see Genio and yourself.
Frantic.
Yeah, you can see yourself.
Come.
They were doing a Mother's Day gift, or creating a Mother's Day thing for us, and his teacher was like, find mom, and he went to people, family, and then he found me, and it was just right off the bat, like didn't hesitate. Or when the first time he used it, and we did this big social media post on it because it was so amazing that he put together, I want to eat, they went straight to Chick-fil-A. Not the first time he used his device, but the first time put it all together. It was, I want to eat Chick-fil-A, and sure enough, I went straight to Chick-fil-A, and he got chicken nuggets.
We can hunt for favorites and use the question word where and preposition words to look for the items. We can share opinions about things they enjoy and talk about how they are the same or different. There is so much value in connecting and spending time together. From even everyday interactions can be intrinsically motivating when we focus on the relationship.
That means we're not just doing AAC all the time. It means we're also trying to focus on how do we have exciting things going on for us to talk about, for him to want to express his opinions about. That's, I think, another really important piece of having a robust communication system is doing stuff together so that we've got stuff to talk about.
Another key point is that novelty is often more interesting than favorites. For instance, exploring items from a mystery bag is way more fun and engaging than just talking about things without an element of surprise or fun. Novelty taps into intrinsic motivation.
It works its way in, when we're all trying to decide as a family what we're going to do next, or where we're going to go eat, or what movie we're going to watch. Those are times when she wants to contribute. I think it's good when I'm asking her how her day was, if they had a field trip or something. How was your special field trip today? then she's a little more motivated to use some of her words and say, you know, great or boring or however she felt about it.
A last element related to intrinsic motivation is structure. Just as we feel most ready for our day when we've had time to prepare, know what the day will bring, and are organized and on time, many of our learners thrive when provided structure to understand how their time will be spent, who they will be with, and what they need to do. For many, it is beneficial to balance structure and novelty to spark that intrinsic motivation. As you think about how to tap into your AAC learners' intrinsic motivators, consider their drivers. Is it a sense of purpose? Do they value control over their world and their decisions? Do they benefit from choices, either to have control or to give them focus? Is affirmation and accomplishment needed? Are they driven by social relationships? Think about structure, routine, and predictability and how that helps them to thrive. Consider their sense of belonging and their freedom to explore and try new things.
She was a freshman last year, and the summer before we had put all the special classes in high school that she could take, and we kept asking her to choose her 2 favorite classes for freshman year. And she kept choosing choir and dance. And I'm like, okay, I have a nonverbal child who can't walk, who wants to take choir and dance. So we kept asking her over and over again. Like, we'd wait a few weeks and we'd be like, are you sure you want choir and dance? And she's starting to get mad. I mean, she was starting to where she would like push the board away. She was like, I've told you what I want. And it took me like her whole freshman year to realize it's because they can't make her do anything, right? She can just sit and listen and socialize. There's no homework.
This list is not exhaustive, but understanding what makes your learner tick is fundamental to shaping meaningful communication and interactions. Finding activities your AAC learner enjoys and building those into our interactions with them helps tap into intrinsic motivation, whether social, exercising choice and control over one's decisions, having a purpose, or other drivers. Modeling AAC when it counts lets us shape interactions that are worth being a part of.